Last week in the Reese Senior Bowl Film Room, we discussed the selection process of how we go about selecting the 110 players who ultimately end up in Mobile in late January. This week we're going to actually talk about the evaluation of these players during the football season. We do this by going on school visits, by attending practices, but maybe even more importantly than those two things is the idea of attending live games. And today we're going to talk about what an NFL scout and what a representative of the Reese Senior Bowl tries to achieve when he attends a live football game during the college season. So when an NFL scout attends a live game, let's break it down into four aspects. Pregame warm-up, first half of the football game, second half of the football game, and then post-game. But what does a scout try to see during the pregame warm-up? Number one, he wants to assess the body type of the prospect. He wants to assess him from the top of his head to the bottom of his feet in terms of his body build, the physical structure of his wrists, his ankles, the width of his shoulders. Are they broad or are they narrow? What kind of bone structure does he have? What kind of development does he have? Can he gain more weight? Can he grow more over the next few years in terms of once he gets to the National Football League? Second thing that is tried to be seen during pregame warm-up is to fill in the position specifics of things that you may not see during the actual game. In other words, for a cornerback who plays in a zone type of scheme, you may never see him do a pure back pedal, but he will be doing pure back pedals during a pregame warm-up. You also may never see a defensive back get his hands on a football to try to catch one in a game, but during the pregame warm-up, he gets a chance to probably catch a half a dozen footballs so you can assess his ball skills. But those are things that the scouts try to see during the pregame warm-up when they go to a live football game. Now, talking about the first half, what are they trying to see there? Number one, they're trying to assess and get an overall view of how the player is utilized and what is his style of play. And then secondly, they want to look for any individual one-on-one matchups where he is going against another player who has NFL caliber skills, whether it's a 3rd and 1 down in the trenches or 3rd and 13 out on the perimeter in terms of a corner versus a wide receiver or an offensive guard versus a defensive tackle. Now the second half of the game, the scout is trying to take a final snapshot of what he thinks of the player in his mind's eye. What does he look like? What does he play like? And then finally, what are some of the things that he can fill in the blank on in terms of, does he play special teams? Is he returning a punt or a kick? Does he cover a kickoff or cover a punt? Those are some final notes that a scout can make during the second half of a football game. And then the fourth component of attending a live game includes post-game and assessing the player's attitude and interaction with the media. Does he handle himself in a professional manner amongst his teammates, amongst the media, amongst his family and friends after a win or even after a loss?